Hi all, this is Dr. J and
Hello.
Professor Skype, streaming live from Long Island, New York. Where I might add, it was a beautiful day the day after the election, right?
It was a nice day, at least externally.
Yeah, a very nice day. And the market doesn't seem to mind the uncertainty that came with the election.
No, I think because the Senate, one of the things that happened was the Senate is, is not going to change hands, and so even if Biden does get in, at least it cuts down the potential of a tax hike or any of these other things.
Wall Street loves mixed Congress.
They love gridlock.
Yes, they love it. Even though stimulus doesn't seem to bother Wall Street.
Well, stimulus is only for the regular people. The Fed has already given Wall Street as much stimulus as it needs.
Well, Wall Street is a reflection of the economy, though, and certainly big stocks.
Okay, there's a correlation.
Yeah, so we got people starting to find us.
Arch is looking for BCRX. We have to make sure we include that too. It's going up a little bit.
Yeah, I have a little pop. Catherine from Texas. Arjun is delighted. 7 in a row for Pittsburgh.
Right. Oh yeah. And actually, his stock is going up a little bit. Not great, but.
Well, everybody's happy with the stock market today. Whether or not they're happy with the election is another story.
Right. A rising tide. A rising tide lifts all boats.
You know, I'm like almost don't care anymore. I don't know if I care to begin with. Well, I care even less now.
It's hard to get too invested in this stuff.
I'm so fed up. I'm very fed up with politics. Seems to me they're all of the same ilk. To a certain extent.
Well, I guess.
There should be a study, a psychological profile of who goes into politics.
Who goes into politics? Well, what do they call that? They call it Hollywood for ugly people. So there's your answer right there.
Hollywood for ugly people.
So it's people who really wanted to get into show business, but didn't have the chops for it.
Yeah. Oh, Linda's here.
Hey, Linda.
Linda, are we going to make money on fuel cell again, or that's it?
And confuse your hedge with Biden with gold. Well, gold is good anyway.
Yeah.
Hedge COVID with gold.
Confucius says, I shouldn't say that. Every time I say that, I'm thinking.
I know, but you think of that joke, which I finally had to look up.
Even if it's not
too erudite for me.
Even if it's not the joke, it's I always think of the Chinese philosopher, and that's what Confucius says.
Yes, indeed it gets. Well, I'm sure that's why he named himself.
I might add the great.
I don't think it's an accident. There aren't any accidents.
The great Chinese philosopher, Confucius.
Yes, the great. That's right, exactly.
Yeah.
Actually,
8% is nothing to sneeze at.
Exactly, man. It's but it's still, I'm still not up. But
Bo
it's the right
direction. A reliable optimist. Bo brings good news and a smiling face. So always glad to have Bo on board with us. The only thing missing, we're not allowed to start until either Jiggly gets here or Lynn gets here.
Right.
Oh well, Pete showed up.
Pete, he's not chopped liver.
Well, Pete is from the great state of Vermont, along with Cabinet Guy. But I have a feeling they're in different political affiliations.
4.5 hours sleep, I hear you.
Yeah, yeah. I
It
mean,
was hard. I got about 4, if that.
the election did that to everybody. I mean, it was really
And I went
hard.
to bed around 1, and then like as soon as I was like the slightest bit up, I had to turn on to find out if any of the accounts changed, and they didn't.
Wasn't Vermont one of the first states to be declared a winner for Biden?
They declared New York. They declared New York before the first vote was cast. But
Oh,
yes,
okay.
Vermont was very early. And
Yeah,
California, as soon as the polls closed, they called California.
yeah.
But I mean, that was like, of course, yeah. So
All right. So look, I have these following stocks that
yeah, I'm gonna write them down so
started.
we don't forget them.
I have the spiders, which is up a healthy better than 2.5%. Sava, the Alzheimer's drug, took
We
a
better do
pop
Saba.
of about 28%. BCRX up about 8%. Athos is down on the day.
Yeah.
NWBO slightly up. CVM, I think it's slightly up.
CVMs.
CTIC slightly down. CTI Therapeutics. Amazon.com having a day of it for
Of
itself.
course.
And we should definitely chart Biogen having a day for
Right.
itself.
Right. Biogen's up 42% now.
That's a day.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a day-o. It's a day-o.
It's a day.
It's a day. It's a day-o. And Lily's up a little bit. Sava's up 25%. Yeah, a couple of people. BCRX is up 8, which is not hay. CVM is up 3.
Yeah, Clarence has a good point. Upstate New York is very Republican.
Yes, exactly. Well, that was the thing. You saw these little spots of blue, all concentrated, but that's where all the numbers are. That's where all the people are.
Yeah.
Think about it this way. At least you're in a state. Well, I think about Wyoming. That whole state is red, except for right around their cities. But
well, there's no people in
so
Wyoming.
much fewer people for the same number of senators.
Aren't there more horses than people?
I'm sure there are more bees than people there too.
Wyoming is,
there are more horses. And there are probably more guns than people there as well.
Wyoming makes Vermont look like a very populated state.
Right, exactly. So how far up is District 19, Clarence? I'm sure it's way north of what I would consider.
I got lost in driving through the hills, the mountains of Vermont. I was looking for somebody to ask directions. Good luck to me.
Yeah.
I got out of the car and I was going to go into some farmhouse, and some German Shepherd or some huge dog started charging at me. I never got to ask directions. I barely got back into the car.
What was that? Take a left around the next bend? Okay,
something like that.
All right, what do we got going here?
We got a lot of.
You want to start with the S&P?
Why not? You know what we have here? We have something like 3 white soldiers. I say something like because it's not textbook, but you have 3 nice big green candles. Far from textbook, but nice chart. Made some nice highs.
Well, it came off of that bottom that you were worried about, which is nice.
I would have liked to see it take out the top of this big red candle here.
Well, still
35.02, and the next stop will be 3,800. There's nothing. It doesn't appear like anything is going to stop this, unless there's rioting in the streets or something.
Well, it all depends on the demeanor.
Let's assume that doesn't happen, right?
I have my fingers crossed. This is what we were worried about.
Yeah, but
we were worried it would be so. The funny thing is, it's happening so slowly that it's not at this point. It's not as contentious as we thought it was going to be.
The S&P,
official.
The big stocks have everything working for them. The Biogens, the Amgens, the Amazons, the FedExes, everything working for them. nothing going to stop them now with the mixed Congress and the Democratic victory. More, it looks like a Democratic.
Yeah, well, right. I'm not going to count my chickens.
No, but they love that. They love this mixed.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah.
It would serve them very well. The fact that I think that's what's making this so buoyant is the
I
fact
think
that
the stimulus is over. No stimulus.
stimulus is probably a dead duck.
Yeah,
At least the state bailouts
yeah. So that means interest rates will be very low with no inflation.
for the
And
next
that
little.
means where else are you going to go but the stock market?
I have got a space this big under my mattress.
Well, that too. You can never, But look, it took out this nice high here. It's
Right.
very, very strong today, even with a little bit of a give back. It was up 3%, right, or
Mm-hmm.
more. Let's see. The high today was 34.86. So it's
Mm-hmm.
little bit of a give back. So see what happens at the close. I don't think it'll give back anymore. I think this is
No,
it.
I think everything's baked in the cake right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you what's not baked in the cake. If if slowly but surely they find that Biden wins, and that Trump decides that he's not going to, you know, uh, object too much. He'll ask for his recounts, which he should do. But beyond that,
I think it'll be civil.
and then then everything will be stable and everything will be hunky dory.
I think so. I think the market is on its way to new highs.
So here's Cassava. Now, Cassava said that something happened that was good for them.
Alzheimer's, from the original phase 2 study that it popped to begin with, they gleaned more information of a favorable nature.
They gave some preliminary data from their phase 2 study, and it showed a statistically significant effect.
Yeah, there's some AB2RSTUV protein that it acts on, a pro-inflammatory protein that it has an effective against, and also apparently builds the integrity of the blood-brain barrier, whatever that means.
Uh-huh.
So it stops the bad stuff from coming in, so that they don't get all plaqued up.
Gotcha.
Isn't that a great layman explanation?
Works for me.
Yeah, it works for me too.
And,
Nice gap up, heavy volume, I suppose.
yeah, and I bought it at the previous high, I think, because I'm still a little behind, but I'm pretty happy with it. I think when we after this phase 2, maybe a couple of months, we might see some really good info on this.
I think this. I said this when I bought it at 10.5, and I think I bought it again after that. I actually bought a lot at 10.5, unlike my usual go in slow.
Uh-huh.
So I took the plunge at 10.5 and was not happy when it was sitting at 8.5. But I did not sell. I did not buy more. You see, if I did it the other way, I would have bought more at 8.5. But I already had a lot.
Right. Well, then you had a good day for yourself today.
No, it was a good day.
Yeah. Huh.
But I'm not thrilled about the give back, but that's typical.
Yeah.
I think this is a long-term play. They're early in their study. But, when you have insiders buying a lot of shares at 9, works for me. I'm a copycatter.
Right. So you might as well look at Biogen now. That's actually up to 43%.
Wow, let me put that in.
B.
BIB.
Yeah, I just sold some of this at 343. It's 355 now. So I definitely.
What did you buy it at?
I bought in a little bit earlier. I bought in around the same time. So when we look at that, I bought in Yeah, somewhere in that downfall.
This is
I took it right down. I took it right down and took it right back up again.
If you own this stock, this big, 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 big green candle is not only a phallic symbol, it's more than that.
It's more than that.
It's more than a phallic symbol. It causes a phallic response.
Now, you think it's going to fall back to the halfway point on that candle in a couple days?
I think it probably will. I mean, you're looking at I'm sure it was overbought on this news.
Yeah, well, I don't even know what the news is for this guy.
Well, it doesn't matter. Whatever
they
the
didn't
news
really have any specific news on this. It's just that the FDA panel is considering their drug. So it's like an anticipation. So
this is
yeah, you're right. It might be overbought just because it's all on vapor. But yeah, if things go well,
I think it could drop back to the low threes, 311,
and maybe get back in again then.
Yeah, 315.
Yeah, I don't think we're ever going to see 250 again, but we might see that little one of those lines that you have there.
So you bought somewhere in here.
A little higher, but not much higher.
All right, so you did nice.
Yeah, I'm not complaining.
So Alzheimer's drugs are working for you. That sounds funny. I didn't mean it that way.
Yeah, okay. I get it.
PRTA.
Yeah, I didn't understand that joke.
No, I didn't mean it.
Oh, okay.
I came out that way, but I didn't.
Yeah, I know. It's tough. It's like it's a big landmine that's so easy to step on.
Yeah. So what happened to Prothena? Let me put that in.
Which one is this?
Another Alzheimer's news.
What is that symbol?
PRTA. A lot of Alzheimer's news today. Oh my goodness! It looks just like the Biogen.
Well, are they a partner?
Look at this: 23.37% pop.
Wow.
On Alzheimer's news.
Yeah, no specific news actually. This is probably just in.
No, there was some kind of news about
for this guy.
On Prothena, yeah.
Well, maybe one of our friends has
Alzheimer's news as well. They have, of course, they have Parkinson's drugs, but it's the Alzheimer's that caused it to pop.
Yeah, all I'm getting here is stuff about marijuana.
On Prothena?
Yeah, on the Yahoo.
PRTA?
Yeah, no, it's not. Well, let's see. FDA says effectiveness data to support approval of Biogen. So this is like it almost looks like it's just doing this in sympathy with Biogen.
Maybe. Nice moves today on some of these stocks. I own Prothena. I own Sava. I do not own Biogen, but you do. So we got them all covered.
Yeah, good. Well, I will. I'll own it again when it gets down to the low threes.
This one is not worth chasing. I think
I agree.
Just like I do the line midway through the candle, I think I would do the same. If you wanted to go into this one, I don't have a lot of this one. I have very little.
Well, how effective is their other drug for the
Parkinson's? I don't know. They've been in trials forever.
Okay.
I bought it originally at like $8 and sold it at like some ridiculous number, 40, 50.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got back in and not doing great with it. I'm still probably not doing great with it. I have it a while.
Well, the highest it was all year was 17, so I guess.
Yeah. So I would say 1285 would be an entry point, right around 30. Let's say 13.
Okay.
The 1285 looks like nice support, doesn't it? You got this candle here, and then you got this candle here. Both of them touching two nice highs for support. So yeah, that looks like nice support. It's about the middle of the candle. Everything adds up for a pullback to the $13 area for if you want to go into this one. So I would wait. Dr. J says wait to buy.
Exactly. Not today, Zork.
Not today. Don't buy today when you can buy tomorrow.
Exactly. Don't put off till tomorrow. You could put off till the day after tomorrow.
Gee, it's so.
Actually, they had an earnings call this one. That's why they might have done an earnings call because there was an earnings call today.
But it's great when everything I own goes up. It's a glorious day.
All right, we're looking at
Athesis ruined it today for me.
Yeah, well, this one looks good, doesn't it? You would think that there might be news coming.
It does look good. It's been looking good for a while on the chart. It just continues to look good. I've been adding, almost every day. A little a day, a little BCRX every day keeps my portfolio green.
Yeah, well, if I was in you, I wouldn't draw one of those channels. Didn't we get caught in the channel last time that ended up being a non-channel?
I really, really like the fact that it looks like it's going to close above the high of, what date? 9/15 or 4/17. Remember we kept talking about that 4/17 number?
Yes.
So we're taking that out. That's very good news. I like it. I mean, I think the next strong resistance would be the 468 level, right in here.
Yeah, well.
Right in here. 468 would be next barrier to overcome. And maybe we'll be off to the races, get some surprisingly good galley news or something.
Something. So Confucius was asking, is BCR going to keep growing to PDUFA, or will people flip at this price and drive us back down again? What do you think?
Anytime you have a great big green candle, you're very susceptible to retrace halfway.
Well, there's an earnings call tomorrow, so maybe I don't know. Some people do bail the night before earnings.
Earnings usually are non-events with these stocks.
Right. Well, my experience lately is that earnings have been bad news, even good earnings. But I'm gonna hold tight, just like everyone else.
Earnings are but yeah, could have dropped back to $4. I think that looks like very, very nice support. $4 for support.
Yeah, no, me neither. Confucius said he's not selling.
$4 for support.
Right, too much good stuff. Arjun says too much good stuff's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like all around Bioland today is good stuff happening.
Yeah, Galley news might drop. We'll see.
This one was just $1.75 a minute ago.
Yeah.
Coming back.
We have to take some bad with the good, don't we?
But Athesis is coming back. It was much lower.
It's following your line anyway.
Yeah.
It's hugging your line.
Yeah. It looks like it's turned it around, doesn't it? From this very low level of $1.56. Double bottom, we like double bottoms. I called the low at $1.56. I said it will not go below $1.56. Ask Arjun, he was on with us. Remember? There's the three of us were on.
Yes, I remember.
I said it will not go below $1.56.
That line you drew was a line of steel.
And you know why I said it won't go below $1.56? I said because a Dr. J would be very, very upset if it did.
Yeah, we don't want that to happen.
No. I had a really good technical reason, the level of upset I could withstand.
Pete is wondering. Pete is wondering whether 175 or 174 was a decent enough price to get in.
Yes, it's behaving pretty nice.
All right. Well, there you have it, Pete.
I don't think if it
You're
tests
making a net.
put it to you this way, Pete. If it tests $1.56 again, it'll probably go right through it. So we don't want it to get there again.
Yeah. Well, what are we waiting on for this anyway?
Probably, you mean price target?
No, in terms of like what event is going to happen to make this thing start popping.
Unfortunately, stroke
They had
data,
the next stuff. Or the
stroke
stroke.
data from Japan is probably not till late first half of next year, or maybe later. Whatever they say it is, it's always later.
All right. So, in other words, this is just a hold and not worry. Maybe we should stop talking about this for a month.
Well, it is kind of boring.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, the COVID race, I think they're out of.
What COVID? I thought it was the 4th. Aren't we supposed to stop talking about COVID on the 4th?
Yeah, you're right. After,
I should have sold all my COVID stocks by now.
right, there's no more COVID.
Darn it.
No more COVID. But nevertheless, I don't think it's the winner of the COVID race. The odds.
Right. You know, the odds race. Well, neither is Miso either, huh?
Miso might be, but it's so
Miso is crawling back a little bit, but Miso looks a lot like this.
Yeah, Miso.
Miso
took a terrible hit with that.
Yeah, it took a terrible hit, and then.
You know what? It got caught with a sucker punch.
Yes, indeed, it really did.
The FBI kicked them in the you-know-whats.
I'd say.
All right, so we don't want to look at Athesis anymore. Boring stuff. But I think it's on the ascent. It looks like it's starting a nice Zoom channel. So, what the hey? You know?
I'll in a month.
What the hey?
All right. Did you want to look at CVM since we're on these subjects?
Well, first Newbridge.
Newbridge, okay.
Not Newbridge, Northwest Bio, whatever it is. Okay. I call it Newbridge. I don't know why.
That's okay. I call it HTBX Hotbox because that's what I think of.
Yeah, whatever. Northwest Bio. It's another binary flip of a coin play, and it's taken a rest since it hit 2.5, pulled back. 2.5 was ridiculous. I mean, it's at $1 billion market cap now. Was it worth a $2 billion market cap before data? I don't think so. It was 15 cents when I got into it originally a few months ago.
Right. Well, right, exactly.
So 2.5 was kind of ridiculous. I think where it is now is fair. I think it'll probably hover around these levels until data. The chart doesn't tell you too much. You know, it's hovering. If I had to look at my range for hovering, I would say $1 to $1.40, right where it is.
Right.
I don't expect any more upside till after data. Just like CVM. I was wrong the last time CVM did.
Yeah, CVM was a bit of a.
You know where I added? I added it exactly at the bottom. I added like a 96 cents.
On this guy?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, well, you've been playing this guy. I've been staying away from this one. Like the
plague. I made a lot of money on this.
Yeah.
So I guess I was a little lucky. But it's better to be lucky than smart.
Indeed.
I mean, I hit a 10 bagger. How many times do you hit a 10 bagger?
Me? Never. Yeah.
So, I mean, 10 baggers aren't that easy to come by.
Right.
And I didn't even brag about this one too much.
No, I mean, once people started talking about it, you started talking about it again.
Yeah, but
But it wasn't anything I was bringing up.
a 10 bag rush, that's bragging material, but I didn't.
Yeah, right.
So where did I buy it?
That was like that. That was like that joke where the guy says, "I'm telling everybody."
Yeah, right. I bought it right about here. 96. You see, 96 was a
Yeah.
low here. And then I said, this is where it's going. And sure enough, it went there. So a little higher than this. So I bought it somewhere between 96 cents and $1. So I added. I originally bought X, sold half X, and now I have half X plus I have
Right.
0.6X, 0.6X.
Well, now you're playing with house money.
Yeah, I added.
Yeah.
I didn't add a lot, but I added. Okay, let's
All right.
continue.
CVM. I gotta get because I have to leave at 4:30.
Yeah, I don't want to stay here all night either. Although I could. If Jiggly were here, I could spend 2 hours.
Well, Jiggly wants 2 hours. I know. He likes our show.
He loves you. He wants to have another follow-up to the retirement planning session.
Yeah, one of these days. Actually, I'm writing a lab for my students, so I'll use the
Let's do one on the power of compounding.
Yeah, no, I'm writing one of those up for a
All right.
lab, so then I'll just.
All right, now CVM is having a good day. I did add on a little bit when it was under 11.
Under somebody who was it last week who who got in like $11? That was Jiggly, right? He got in really cheap.
He got in at 11.95. Yeah.
Yeah, he got in real cheap.
Now I bought when it was under 11. I bought options. I bought January, whatever, mid 15s or 12 and a halves. I bought both.
Uh huh.
Not a lot. I bought a little.
With hope that'll pay off.
Yeah, I didn't pay that much for them. I think I paid.
I mean, because this downswing that we've been having for
I want to say I paid 2.25. 2.25 for one of them, and the other one I paid more, 275. So I guess I paid 275 for the 12 and a halves,
right,
and I paid 2.25 for the 15s. Something like that.
Makes sense.
I believe that's right.
Hey, look, if
I
they
don't know. I didn't look
anything before December, you'll be in great shape.
I didn't even look today to see what those option prices are, because I'm holding them right through data.
Right.
Provided data happens before mid-January.
Yeah, right. Well, in either case, you're holding. The question is whether you'll be holding cash or holding a bag.
Yeah, one or the other.
Right.
There's two ways to lose. You could lose because the data is bad, or you could lose because the data was not announced.
Right.
Two ways I got to lose.
Yeah, well, it's only a couple $100. What are you worried about?
I bought a little more than that.
Okay.
Now you're making me smile. Was that like a probe? On your part, you were probing?
No, certainly not. I respect people's. I'm just trying to find the bright side. And actually, I'm not really probing. I'm projecting.
Projecting, okay.
Right, because I don't do those gambles for more than a couple $100.
Yeah, well.
Those kind of big thing. I go to the casinos and I'll lose a couple of $100, but I'll be really upset if I get anything close to losing $1,000. I start crying.
Yeah, and the casinos are my attitude is not to come with more than X amount of money, more than I'm willing to lose, and run her up. And it's amazing how many times I've run it up.
Well, that's good. I mean, all those times I've walked home broke. I'm glad I didn't take that much with me.
It's happened that I've walked home broke. I have to admit it. But since I'm playing Hold'em as
Oh,
opposed to the table games,
is that your game?
I've been a winner like 7 out of 8 times.
I'm impressed. That's a hard game to play.
I'm
I guess you read people much better than I do.
extremely good at that game.
All right. You're good at chess too, right? So,
Good at chess, but better at if I
I
had
would
to
stay
rate
away
myself,
from
I
you.
would say I'm better at Hold'em than I am at chess.
Well, that's saying something then.
Yeah,
Well, then I'll make sure I'm not at the same
probably better at Hold'em
play
than
money.
better than Hold'em and in Hold'em than picking election results. Better in Hold'em than picking football games.
Aren't we both? Well, not me. I'm horrible at Hold'em because I can't
Yeah,
beat people.
I thought the Giants were going to knock off Tom Brady and the Bucks. Didn't happen.
To have their.
In my opinion, in my humble
Well, meanwhile,
opinion,
I don't think the Bucks covered the spread anyway because I
in
lost
my
that.
humble opinion, City Biopharma is a must hold. They look like the FDA is on their side with the MF drug. And MF is a tough one, bloodborne cancer. Okay, so I like City Biopharma. I've been adding to my initial position that I bought it. What did I buy it at? 310? I told you. I told everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't
Yep.
remember. I forget. 311, 310, something like that. And I've been buying since, so I'm accumulating that one. I like that one. I like Sava a lot. Amazon.com disappointed me. Didn't
Oh,
hold
this is
trend.
Amazon, right? That's the last one we didn't do yet.
But
And
I've
then
been buying.
where are we now? We're hovering around 3, right?
Did I say when in doubt by Amazon?
I've heard that a couple times. Yes.
Well, when Amazon was below 3,000, I had a lot of doubts. So you know what I did?
You bought
I bought.
because you were in doubt, and when in doubt,
I was in doubt, so I bought.
very good.
So I'm glad I bought, actually.
Yeah, well, I'm
I'm
glad you bought some.
adding to my position constantly.
This is your bank.
The 4,000, I will shed some.
Okay.
I promise I will shed some Amazon.
Good.
Maybe even 3,800. It'll begin to get me nervous.
Well, it's between. We'll see what Tesla does at the same time. If they're all inflated, then that people have money they want to throw away.
Look at this gap up. Look at this gap up today. It always makes me nervous that it's going to want to fill it.
Yeah, but that's the election. That's Biden who's not going to jump on Bezos's butt just because he's Bezos.
Yeah, but the Democrats don't like Amazon either.
They don't like big companies, but nobody's bothering them about that whole free speech.
Do you remember during the debates, Yang kept picking on Amazon. Every other sentence was Amazon.
That's true. Well, I mean, you remember there was that whole business with Microsoft that disappeared as soon as Bush got elected. So, you would think they liked Republicans, except, like I said, free speech and
Amazon
everybody that Trump's
Amazon
not
has to split when it makes new highs. Come on, it's too hard.
Well,
split the stem stock, Jeff.
Jiggly just got here, so he's hoping 2 hours from this point forward.
Oh, gee, Jiggly's late. Ask Jiggly if he has something for me to chop, just for him.
Yeah, Jiggly, we're on our way out, so if you have any quick last minute, it looks like Sleepy Joe might pull this out after some overnight shenanigans. What shenanigans? Waiting for stuff to arrive? Is it called shenanigans when I wait for Amazon to deliver my router that doesn't work?
All right, let's not talk politics.
Anyway, what do you think about speaking of not politics? What do you think about Jersey legalizing recreational marijuana?
I think they were one of 6 states that did. And I read that it means 9 billion to the industry.
Just Jersey alone, or
No, there's 6 of them. Well,
with the
there's
6
6.
states? Gotcha.
I don't know the other 5. But don't you think a lot of people will cross the border to buy it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you
Yeah.
live in Manhattan, you just take one little bridge, go into
Yeah.
Fort Lee, or
Yeah.
and buy yourself a spliff, man.
I will take one request if somebody has one.
Yeah, Jiggly says that he wants you to chart Michigan and Georgia.
What?
It's a joke about the whole, about the whole election business. So it was. Oh, okay. Linda actually is for fuel cell or ADMA. She said and, but I'm saying or. I gotta go.
What is it?
Fuel cell or ADMA. And Clarence is asking for JMIA, which I've never heard of. And I'm also going to request a little Smith Brothers.
Our friend Tim.
Or Ludens.
Our friend Tim Rodell is out.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Is that good news or bad news?
The chairman, the chairman of the board took over.
Oh, boy.
I'm holding.
Yeah, so am I.
There's nothing to say from the chart. It looks like it's bottom to me, but who the hell knows?
Well, yeah, it's worth waiting for. What the hell? I mean, again, it's only a couple extra hours.
Fuel cell. Oh, that looks like
so, okay.
I like fuel cell better from the chart than I do A and B.
Gotcha.
It looks like more likely that this one bottomed. I like fuel cell of the 2 of them, but prefer fuel cell right now, short term.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's it for today.
Yep, I would say it was a pleasure. Sorry, Jiggly, you get negative 2 hours this time.
Jiggly's the best. I kept asking for you, Jiggly. Ask everyone. Did I not ask?
Yeah, indeed. He was upset that you weren't on.
Yeah, I was. I said if Jiggly comes, I'll do 2 hours, but I didn't mean it.
He says while you're looting, pick him up a big screen TV.
I didn't mean it. I was up too late last night with the election.
Yeah, right. On your way home.
Cabinet guy wants 2 hours.
Cabinet guy. He's here too.
You know what? The funny thing is, I need a cabinet in the bathroom. So.
Yeah, well, so is it worth coming off the hills?
I don't know.
To make your cabinet?
I don't know. KALA. I'm going to do one more to please the crowd request.
All right, which one? One more request to please the crowd?
Yeah.
Why don't we take care of, what was it? There was another one that...
am I still screen sharing?
Clarence says for JMIA.
Am I not screen sharing?
Yeah, you are. JMIA is what Clarence asked for.
Well, what about Kala?
What about Kala? Okay, then do Kala. I don't know either of these guys.
Kala is. I happen to see Kala first. All
right, there you go. It's named after my favorite olive.
Well, you gotta like this. All these biotechs that have the same basic little uptrend, they all look alike. You want to see
they're all doing well as of
late. One, you got to cross this. You got to take out the top of this red candle. Otherwise, it means nothing. It don't mean a thing if it doesn't take out 770.
Right.
Power. So it's a little bull run in a bear market. That's how it looks.
That's how it looks, actually. You're right.
Yeah. What was the other one?
It might have legs, though. I mean, because a lot of my charts look exactly like that.
I want to thank Big Techs. I happen to go in nicely on TGTX. I love that chart.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Big Techs. Well, what am I looking for now?
Do you want to do JMIA?
I wanted to do whatever Clarence said. What did he say?
Yeah, JMIA. Jumia Technologies.
Clarence had some good ones.
Well, this one's got an interesting chart, almost like a cup and handle. I mean,
Yeah,
whatever.
almost. Yes, it's definitely cup and handle over a long period of time. This one could go to the moon. I mean, if you believe in charting, which I guess I do, this one could go to the moon.
Oh yeah,
to the moon.
Charting. That's not a bad thing. Yeah, it looks like you've been on this before because I see one of your famous lines here.
Yeah, this one could definitely go to the moon for Lorna Doone. I never heard of this company. What do they do?
Let me see. 6 days to earnings, so that's something. I don't know. They're barely even mentioned.
I'm very depressed over this. Very depressed. Well, you know, where is UBS located? I'm going to pay them a visit and give them a piece of my mind.
UBS?
They put a sell on this stupid stock.
On 3M? Let's go storm the castle.
I don't know, where is UBS? They're in Connecticut, right?
Yes.
If you want to take a ride with me to Connecticut, I'm going to give them a piece of my mind.
Yeah, I know. We're going to storm the castle. I agree.
I mean, whoever that analyst is, I want to meet with him in person. I think he put a target of 150.
I'll get out of here.
I'm not kidding.
Oh well.
At least the other brokerages put modest targets, but they're 170, 175.
Yeah, they were on the upside of where we are now.
Yeah, I mean, but 150, come on. It's ridiculous. I'm going to buy some more prior to the dividend.
Yeah. Jiggly's like, how could they fail when they sell all those respirators?
Yes.
And people still need them, at least for a little while. Well, actually, they're going to need them pretty bad.
They sell respirator masks, not respirators.
Right. That's true.
All right, that's it. Let's say good night to everybody. Good night, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Tell your friends about us. Jiggly, 3M is annoying me. It's a thorn in my side for the day. Hasta luego. See you all Friday.
Take care.
Hey, Arjun, you can come on Friday. Why weren't we? You should have come today. Anybody can come. Everyone's welcome.
Yeah, no, Arjun's already gone. He had to go somewhere pretty quick.
Okay. All righty. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.